Yeah, so again, that's that the spiral energy, the spiral force is some people will feel something and their whole body might be moving, but they may that's them, or they may have done other practices that allow them to do that, and some people just don't feel anything. When I started, I felt nothing. I see people in class moving and shaking and like, oh my goodness, my body is dead, I'm dense. But you just have to keep doing the practice. And for some of the people, the imagination is so good, so they actually create that movement. Yeah, it's not necessarily that they're always getting that spiral energy from internal. But so you just imagine, you practice imagining right in the center. So about 3 fingers, 3 inches below your belly button, right in the center of your body, and you just imagine this little ball of energy, and you just have to take your time. Imagine it's. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no audio.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, you guys got to throw something. Oh, got to repeat everything now. That's okay. Anyway, what I was saying is that, this spiral energy, the chi moving is not necessarily something that you feel right away. And you just have to imagine. You have to go through the drills and exercises. So part of the drill is the training the imagination, right? The intent. So about 3 fingers, 3 inches below the belly button, right in the center of the body is the main energy center. So the lower tantin, right? You have a lot of tantin. This is the lower tantin. And just imagine it spiraling and spinning inside of there. So like I said, sometimes you can just sit with your hands here or your hands here and just relax and breathe and just imagine it spinning and see if you can feel it, if you can have that feeling where you feel something moving. If you don't feel anything moving, don't worry. You have to keep the practice of imagining, of training the intent. And then you layer on top of that, learning how to make circles. So the spiral energy is spinning, right? That's spiral. It's not just circles in one plane, but it's like a tornado, right? Where it's funneling and spiraling all over. So learning how to make circles with the hands, with both hands, right? Whether they're just circles from here, trying to get it to come from the shoulder blades mechanically, right? So that karate kid, right? Wiping on, wiping off, and just creating spirals and circles. So creating circles this way too. And creating circles holding the ball. So right in the beginning, we have that circle movement from here. And then the hands can offset, right? They can offset. And when they offset, you turn your waist. So if I turn my waist, right? This is my right side, right? If I turn to my left, my right hand's going to come forward. My left hand's going to come back. Right? When I turn, one hand forward, one hand back. So as I'm turning and making circles, like riding a bike or swimming, there's that circular motion. But from the body, it's a spiral motion. It's turning. So if I'm doing this, and I turn my waist, one hand is out, right? If I face you, right, they remain in that center line, one hand in, one hand out. And then slowly, I work to make the turn come from the waist. So turn my waist, and just let the hands follow. So turning the waist and trying to turn from the center, getting the center line to turn. And slowly starting to turn, not from the waist, but turn from the tantin. So I go deeper and deeper and deeper, and the waist begins to follow. The spine and the waist begins to follow. So I have to really slow down and and imagine I'm feeling that this is turning deep in the center, and I let everything follow. If I move fast, I can't get that coordination. So the mind has to imagine it going and slowly relaxing so it can follow that intent, follow the chi, allowing the chi to follow the intent, allowing the blood to follow the chi. Then after, relax the shoulders, relax the joints, right? So starting big and getting smaller, or starting outside, right? The movement starts outside, but then slowly starting to initiate the movement more towards the center. Right? So in the beginning, just moving my hands and then moving my shoulder blades and then turning the waist and then turning the spine, and the waist follows, and then trying to turn just from the tantin. Imagine the tantin turning, and that's what's starting to generate everything from there. Okay, so I don't know if that makes sense. But the idea again is use the imagination, use visualization, whatever you want to call it, and just imagine that little energy spiraling in there, and everything spins out from there. Okay? So hands and body have to turn. And so you can start from here, or you can start from here. Let's start from here, because I'll send you a link of a video where Dr. Lam shows this exercise, and you'll say, hey, Randy doesn't do it exactly like that. So you watch the video. Okay. So you start with the ball, and then turn the body. Right? So I start with the ball, and I turn my body. As I turn my body, the hands separate, and my right hand drops down, and as I turn, the hand comes forward. So turn, the right hand drops down, and I turn again, the hand comes forward. So one hand in, one hand out. Yeah? So just that first part again. I turn and separate, my right hand drops down, I turn and it comes forward. So as that comes forward, I'll let the left hand sit right below my belly button, right underneath here. So I end up like this. It's forward. Right? So from the side, or from a little corner, turn. My left hand is up. My right hand drops a little. As I turn back, my right hand pushes forward. My left palm falls just below my belly button. And then come back and hold the ball. So it's just taking apart that one movement. Right? So turn with my back, turning to my right. My right hand drops. I turn back to my left. My right palm pushes out. My left hand drops down to my belly button. So out from here. And turn this way a little bit. So turn. Oops. Oh, nobody told me my shirt was stuck in my pants. I turn. Right, my right hand separates. Drop it down. I turn back. My right palm pushes out. My left hand comes to my lower tantin. Come and join us. Yeah. Right here. I turn. No, we're not going anywhere right now. We're finishing up class. So I turn and down and forward. Right? And if you want, you can hold the ball and start again. And turn to your right. The right hand comes out. And don't worry about right and left. You can hold it out. That's turn back and press. So just looking at one hand, and it's going to be two hands, so that's why don't worry about right and left. Right? So just the right hand, turn. So when I turn, it opens like it's scooping, drops down, turn back to the front, push the shoulder blade, then the elbow, and then the wrist, the palm, it comes out. Right? So from holding the ball, turn, drops down, it follows, drops down, and shoulder blade, elbow, wrist, palm, fingers. Okay? And then come back and hold the ball. So turn to my right, drops down, turn back. So in this movement, you want to feel that physical movement of the shoulder blade opening up, and there's some energy and power coming out here. So from holding the ball, just my right hand, so I'm going to turn to my right, expand, right? So turn and expand. Turn and it expands, and then drops down, and then I push my shoulder blade out, then my elbow out, and then my wrist out, and then my palm, and my fingertips. Yeah. So let's see, same thing if I did this side. So if you want to mirror, you can mirror your right side. Yeah? So I'm going to turn. As I turn back, I drop down, and I push my shoulder blade, elbow, palm, wrist, and my waist is turning. So my waist is turning now. Yeah. And the other hand is just resting here for now. Yeah. So one more time. So holding the ball, just turning, drop the elbow and shoulder. Right? And turn back to the front. The palm starts pressing straight forward. And then just drop and turn down. Okay? So turning, this hand comes out, this hand will come out, this hand will draw down and here. Okay? So I'm going same side as you. So your right side, right? My left, but your right side from here. So once you get the motion down, before you do the motion, imagine that lower dantian spinning. Okay. So turning. And turning. So separating the ball. So imagine here turning, it's turning, you're following, the hands open and separate, shoulder, elbow, wrist, palm. You feel the shoulder blades expand and from here. Okay, so in general, you could also just kind of make figure eights, right? Catch the ball here. So we just open and just catch the ball from here. And then open the other way. And just catch the ball. And open the other way. So whatever top hand doing right now is opening and turning. And then turning back to center. Okay, so turning towards the upper palm. Turning. And back to center. And spinning the other way, turning, back to center, turning, and turning, back to center. So same thing, as you get the movement down, start to think more internal where the movement is coming from, and eventually just the dantian is turning. So imagine the dantian spiraling. That means all the joints and muscles have to relax so they can follow the movement. So if you can turn from the center and let everything react, then the arms are just following and flying through the air. And that's where you're trying to get through. And then the concept of song, relaxing, starts to come in. So instead of muscling the movement, you move from the center, everything follows. You have to relax. As you breathe in and expand, you have to relax. As you exhale, you have to relax. And it's an interesting thing to exhale. It's like compressing. So actually you expand that air out of your body. Breathing in is like blowing up the balloon, but exhaling is releasing all that energy out. You have to release all the joints and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. Exhale but expand. Right? Deep breath in. Exhale but expand. And you can almost, this can be like deflating the balloon, right? So as you compress the balloon and that air expands out, you have to relax and let everything expand. Let me turn angle a little bit so you can see a different view. Just going back and forth. Turn sideways. Breathe in. Turn back center, exhale. Breathe in. Breathe in. Expand, spiral. And facing same direction. Breathing in, turning to my left, turning back to center. And exhaling, turning to my left, turning back to my right, turning back to center, compressing, exhaling, expanding to my right, turning to my left, center, and turning to my left. So within all of that, as you get used to it, you start letting the palms, right? Everything starts rotating. So not just a turning here, but you start getting that spiral, right? You start getting that spiral motion and that spiral motion. And so you have to start with just learning how to make circles. And then the circles become spirals, right? Where they spiral in, spiral out. So Yesterday, somebody brought up in the discussion, one of the more experienced people brought up centrifugal force. And centrifugal, remember when you do the carnival ride, I used to love as a child, they used to have, what did they call that?
Rocket one.
Not the rocket one. Remember, they had like, it was either wooden or they had the cage, right? It was round. And they had cages all around the edges, and everybody went in their cage. So as it spun, right, everybody got pushed to the outside. That's centrifugal force. So spiral energy can create centrifugal force where it spins outwards. But centripetal force, right, is spinning inward. So you think of centrifugal force, right? You're being spun around and you're flying to the outside. Centripetal force, you think of like the bottom of the tornado or the toilet bowl, right? When you flush the toilet bowl, right? It spirals down, but it spirals in towards the center, right? So if you were in the toilet bowl being flushed down, you wouldn't be pushed to the outside, right? You'd be pushed to the inside. That's centripetal force. So centripetal force, it pinpoints, right? It spirals inwards. So spiral energy, and that was a really difficult concept for me to grasp. It took me a long time to understand and feel and internalize what centrifugal versus centripetal force is. And centrifugal, everybody knows, right? We spin outwards and just flying outwards. But flying inwards is a little bit different, right? So this is spiral energy. So I want to share that with you because it is a very important concept in internal. And it's something to watch for, it's something to think about. And you just gotta start thinking about those things as soon as possible. The sooner you think about it, the sooner you can start developing and the sooner you'll feel. Okay? So yeah, if you watch the Chen Tai Chi set, they'll come out and they'll come up, the leg will come up and boom, and it's sinking. So that really explains more of what that action is. I don't practice Chen, I see it and I know it's important all the time. But they'll come out and they'll draw out you see the leg, the weight will shift, the legs will draw up and this hand will come here. And some people do it really slow. And some people will do it more externally where they have that stomp and that heaviness. But what Dr. Lam did is he just took apart that part. He just took apart that spiral. And so if I did it more like the sit, I would reach out and then sink. But what he does is just to break it up as a drill, comes out here and then he holds the ball. So he separates, comes here, and then he just holds the ball. So you see modifications in what I showed you as a drill and then how I'm doing it. And basically, you just have these spirals, right? They're spiraling up. So for us, that spiral energy is in here, is in the warm-up drill. Right? So that warm-up drill we do, and I show you the outside, turning and turning, right? And spiraling back, spiraling up, and spiraling out, right? And spiraling. So some of the questions were, is the spiral force in this movement? Yes, it's in everything. Okay? Is the spiral force in this movement? Yes, it's in everything. So everything should have a little bit of spiral. And that's part of the riddle, part of the joke, where you say every straight line is a curve, or every straight line is a circle, and every circle is a straight line, right? They just go in and out of each other all over the place, and that's nature. Okay, there. Okay. So, let's see. Anybody have any questions? I know it's not easy. It's not easy to understand. Oh, let me see. I do see something down here. Let me check that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the audio. Yes, please, when you see me, you see my mouth moving and you don't hear audio, just tell me right away. Yeah, because I'm the technician as well, so if I don't catch it. All right, so let's let's end with the walking. Let's end with the walking, and you can think about that same thing. So if you get something to hold, get a ball or a ruler or just something, I'll get you the playground ball. There you go, ball, catch. Yeah. So, and I'm supposed to have another playground ball somewhere. That's all right. Okay, so what we've been doing, right, is just stepping up, right, and just shifting the weight forward, shifting the weight back, right, and practicing finishing the move, right. So when I step forward, if I'm just walking in place, finish the move, right. Don't anticipate stepping back yet. Make sure you finish the move and then step back, reach, find the ground, and then sit. And right here, don't anticipate going forward. Finish the move, right? And then find the ground and step forward. Okay, so holding something, just making that circle while you're going front and back. Okay? And just small, comfortable steps. Take the knee straight up, finish the move, sink your weight down, finish the move, and then step. And when you step with the leg first, and then the body. Take the knee up, step with the leg, find the ground, and then shift the body so you're not falling. Okay? And it doesn't matter which way you're rolling the ball, we have to roll the ball both ways. So at any point, reverse the direction. Same thing, think of your shoulder blades moving. And think of your lower dantian. Think of that little energy spinning. And let your waist turn. And relax all the joints. Always trying to understand Sung. Right? So at any point, just reverse the direction. Okay, and then you want to switch the legs. So as you step back, reviewing, step back, turn the body, and then the other leg steps forward. Okay. So whatever leg you're doing, just switching. Okay. So if you're doing it in the chair, you're doing the same thing. You just don't necessarily have the stepping, but you're still turning the waist. You still feel your body shifting and the waist turning. And at any point, reverse the circle. And see if you can feel that little magnetic force between the palms, right? Finish the move. So pick the front leg up, you sit on the back leg, right? So you have to finish the move and then step forward. Finish the move. See, don't anticipate, finish the move and then step back. Right, so you see how she wobbles, right? So if we're anticipating, we don't catch that imbalance in our stability. So force yourself, right? In the beginning, finish the move. Right? Are you really balanced or are you struggling? Right? And then step, step back, and then step forward. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Val, you have your microphone on, Val. Let me see if I can. There we go. See? So that was the first part. So all we're adding from today, we're talking about, right, feeling the shoulder blades. Movements come from the shoulder blades, and imagining that little spiral going on in your dantian. Okay? Okay. So taking the same exercise we were doing, right? Finish the move. Finish the move. Yeah, don't rush to the next move. Step back, turn, step forward. Step back, turn, step forward. There you go. Step back, turn, and step forward. Okay? And at any point, reverse the direction. Okay? So we're going to step forward, turn, and step up. Okay? Shift forward, turn, shift, turn the body, and then step up. Okay, shift forward, turn the front leg, turn the waist, shift your weight, pick up the back leg. There we go. Okay, and then at any point you can reverse the circle. Okay, so I'm going to walk backwards, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to turn, pick up my front leg, roll the hip back, find the ground, and then sit. I'm going to finish the move. Yes, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to turn my waist, pick up my front leg, fold at the knee, roll at the hip, find the ground, and then sit back. And then let my front leg adjust. So when you walk backwards, you have to feel what you're doing. Feel the weight sink. Feel the weight sink. Sink. Right? Finish the move. Don't anticipate coming forward yet. Finish the move. And then I'm going to sit back. I'm going to turn. Pick up the front leg. Fold. Roll at the hip, find the ground with my toe, and then turn and sit back. Yeah. Okay, walk forward again. Okay, so front leg, and turn, pick up, roll at the hip, and come forward. Walk forward again, so front leg, I'm going to turn out, turn my whole body. Notice how my whole body turns, fold my knee, and then swing the leg up, find the ground, and then shift and turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This time right here, my weight's in the front. I'm going to turn with my weight in the front, and then step up. Yeah, a little bit more difficult. 2, 3. We'll do that one more time. My weight in the front. I'm going to turn. So I have to pick up my toe and turn my body, and then step up, and then turn back. So let's try that last one again. Come back here. Okay. So 2 ways to turn, right? Either if my weight is on the back, my whole front leg is free, and then I turn and step up. And the other one is my weight is already on the front. I have to release that, so I pick up my hip and sink my weight on my heel, relax and turn, and let my whole body turn, and then step up. And that's the one we're doing now. Okay? So left or right foot up. 1. This will be the last one we do. 2 and 3, so shifting forward, relax here, sink onto your heel, and turn your whole front leg and turn your body, and then the back leg can come up and step forward. 1, 2, 3. So right here, sink on the heel, right? Sternum is up, turn the whole leg out, turn the body. The back leg can come up, you swing the knee straight up, and heel. Okay? And 1, finish the move. 2, sink. 3, sink. I'm going to shift forward, sink, turn the whole body. Let the back knee come straight up and step forward. So you have to be careful on when I shifting here, relax and turn. When I turn, the waist is going to pull. It's going to pull the back knee up and keep my sternum up. You see, I'm leaning too much here. So I want to sit on my hip. As I turn, pull my back knee up. I want to keep my knee pointing straight ahead. Right? I want to avoid letting the knee come all the way in like this. So as I turn my waist, I'm going to feel it pulling and let that go and step straight up. Okay? So again, today was about shoulder blades, right? And a lot about this spiral energy. So yeah, if Bond stands behind me, and put your hand right on my left shoulder blade, on the shoulder blade, flat like this, yeah? So this is shoulder blade movement. So I'm pulling my shoulder blade back. I have to relax all of this, right? I'm not pulling my hand back. I have to just pull my shoulder blade back. So if she stiffens her arm, she does a stiff arm against my shoulder blade. Right? Yeah, a stiff arm. Yeah. So she's stiff arm, she's locking. That's just shoulder blade, right? So shoulder blade back, shoulder blade forward. Yeah. Shoulder blade is like the hip, right? Except that
my hip, that's what hurt.
yeah, except that we don't walk on all fours anymore. So we don't exercise our shoulder the way we still exercise our rump. Right? So we have to make sure we're pulling that shoulder blade back and we're getting that nice big motions to release the subscapularis, the muscle under the scapula, and getting this whole area working and getting a nice rotation. Make sure you turn in your palm, turn in your arm as you're doing these rolls. Right? Don't just do the rolls, so turn your palm. And you're trying to get everything to sit and just sit right in place instead of lifting up like this. So you want everything to sit in place. Let's close class and bring your chair back. We'll end with our bell meditation. Yeah, so don't worry, spiral force is, I'm still trying to understand it. I'm slowly learning, just slowly learning. So I was really happy I attended that seminar, or that workshop yesterday. It was just that one section that like, oh, okay. Nice little drill, and I think I understand it a little better. I think I understand it a little better. We'll find out in a year. Okay, loosen everything up first. Shake everything out. Extend the legs, relax. Don't have to press. It's kind of up to you, but just let the legs rest. But make sure the toes are contacted with the earth, and just imagine there's no resistance, right? You're not pushing against the earth, right? You're resting on the earth. You're sinking a little bit on the earth. Oh, have a nice weekend, Sharon. Oh, did I miss her? Did she already leave? Oh, there she is. Yeah. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon Nakai. You're more than one Sharon. Breathing in, just relax. Smile, project the heart. Think of the sun in the chest. Smile to yourself. And down. Rest the hands on the lap. Let the palms up more towards the knees. Elbow. Drop the shoulder blade. Drop the chin and feel the spine expanding and loose. Relax the face. Relax all the facial muscles. Relax the lower belly so you breathe. As you exhale, think of the ha sound. Just silently think of the ha sound. Sink the chi down, let everything go. Open the top of the head. Breathe freely from the top of the head. Breathe freely through the feet into the earth. And slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, loosen up your legs. Anybody watching fireworks tonight? Fireworks shows? Oh, there was bone dance. I almost went to the Moili Ili bone dance. Yeah. And then we got lazy. It was like 8:30 already. We just ended up at CPK. Did you go to, anybody went to the Moili Ili bone dance? Yeah, I wanted to go. It's like, oh, nice celebration. Yeah, that must have been fun. Okay, warm up the eyes and then gently stroke the scalp, front to back, just the fingertips, no fingernails, just the fingertips. And then tapping, same thing, just the fingertips, front to back, center to outside. About 3 times. And then the back of the neck. Move the head around. And then gently pull. Oh my goodness, my neck is so tight. I'm getting all kinds of adjustments. Yeah, you know, I told you I'm working on my shoulder. Just about 15 minutes before class, I did something awkward and my shoulder popped. Oh, it's so sore. I was walking around with an ice pack as I'm getting ready for class.
Did you pop it right back in?
No, it just adjusted, yeah. But it was a painful adjustment. It was out of alignment. All right, cupping. Yeah, so just practice making circles. It's funny as you get used to making circles. One day something will just make sense to you. Yeah. And then slowly, if you keep on practicing, another day something else will make sense. It just never stops. The refinement never stops. You can always refine a little bit more from there. You can always be more perfect. There's that little hidden joke in there. You can always be more perfect. Hey, look at what I did. That's good, but you could always be more perfect. You know, that's why when the Asian kids, and this is really true a lot of times, right? The Asian kids come to America and they come to our school system, and it's so easy. It's so easy. But there are major differences, and it's not that black and white to compare. You know, a homogeneous society that has thousands of years of culture built into their education system against a very heterogeneous system. Even in Hawaii, we see that discrepancy from one school to the other. It's very difficult to compare them, you know, up and up because of what we have to deal with. But yeah, I remember when I was student teaching, and we had a student from Japan, and he was, if you do music and you know what solfege is, right? What's his fourth? What was I teaching? 5th grade. I was in 5th grade. And this kid had already learned solfege. So solfege is singing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. He knew the basic solfege. He could sing by solfege. Whoa! So, you know, that was easy. That was easy. And this was at Hokulani, actually, elementary school. School was very easy for him there. But yeah, it's very difficult to say, oh, just be like Japan, or just be like this system, or be like that system, because the population and the culture is very different. You know, yeah. Okay, right hand, left hand, and have a good 4th of July. Let me turn off my phone, and you can open up your microphones, open up your video so we can see each other.